People are gifted for ministry at their conversion.
It's going to be somebody who looks like you people that's going to fulfill the Great Commission.
Church is a who, not a what.
And it's not about us, it's about the Lord.
You know, my greatest passion is to come alongside pastors and add value. You know, pastors really want to reach lost people, and their heart's in the right place. And so we like to come alongside them and help them do that through the felt need of the family, for example. You know, the building a successful family one day, it's right where people are. But Sunday morning, when we start with the keys to intimacy, I mean, there are the husbands and wives that they're about to split up. Sunday is the only time they ever show up at church. And almost every week I will have a person who will walk up, like I had a person who walked up in Denver recently, and he said, we had an appointment in the morning with an attorney to file for divorce. But we're not going to do that. We've decided today that we're going to make this work. And so, you know, partnering with pastors to connect with people who don't know Christ through the felt need of the family, or you know, some type of a creative type of an attractional event, and seeing change lives is what it's all about. So, I mean, what attractional events are the most common? Which ones work the best? Well, I'm not sure there really is an answer to that question, but simply because every church is just totally different. Every community is different. So it depends probably where you are in the country. You know, in the South, in traditional areas, I'm amazed at how well revivals and crusades still work, and they still call them revivals and crusades. At the same time, you have places where men love to hunt and fish, and you can be in Colorado or you know, anywhere in the Southeast, and people do wild game events, and they reach, you know, the Larry Cable guys of this country, you know, through those kinds of events. In artsy areas, a dinner showcase, you know, events that you know that highlight the arts. Probably attractional events that appeal to a felt need. Right now, people are struggling financially. So, you know, something where you utilize, you know, Dave Ramsey, you know, via video, utilizing one of his events. Lots of churches are finding that very effective. Honestly, the best resource, I really would encourage guys to get the High Impact Events Manual that NAM has just produced. It provides the biblical case for events, you know, the nuts and bolts, the how-tos. You know, I'm not responsible for writing that manual. I'll just let a team of people. But, you know, my instructions to them were, make this manual idiot-proof. So, you know, in Geico terms, you know, a caveman could read the introduction and do what's in that manual. So they'll find the inspiration to do them. They'll find the basic, you know, nuts and bolts of how to do them. And then there are 28 potential events in that manual and everything they would need to be able to pull it off. What kind of encouragement would we try to give to a person who has just not reached anyone? Well, I think first, you know, God is a God of unbelievable grace. And so, you know, I would just encourage them to go to God in brokenness and say, you know, God, I want to be a part of what you're up to. And you came to seek and to save that which is lost. And you made it very clear in your word that our job until you come is to fulfill the Great Commission. And so, you know, I would just say I refocus on, you know, the purpose of the church. The purpose of the church is to fulfill the Great Commission. I would say to California pastors, let's major on the majors. I mean, our culture is so lost that we don't have time to be distracted on those things that really aren't important. Secondly, let's remember what it's like to be lost. You know, one of the problems about, you know, coming to Christ and being plugged into a great church and having friends that are believers is that we often forget what it's like to be lost. And so, you know, remember what it's like to be lost and make sure that in everything you do that you're really structuring what you do at church so that you connect with people who are unbelievers. And so that when they walk in the door, they feel comfortable and they feel welcomed.